What's going on, everybody? This Saturday afternoon, and I guess still morning on the West Coast. I am going to talk about some of my favorite AI tokens today. Talk about a whole bunch of stuff. What's going to happen on Monday and all this other stuff. I am going to add a new section to my favorites here and go through some of them. And yeah, today it is looking like a mixed day of green and red and a little bit of here and there. But yeah, it's a weird year, right? We're expecting interest rates to go down across the world and global liquidity to skyrocket, so we can have fun and surf those waves in a nice cycle top. But yeah, it looks like the European Central Bank is going to be hiking rates. He says he sees no stagflation yet. Yet. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. I've been voicing my concerns about this war, and hopefully it's going to get over with soon. I know there's going to be QE to help support the war and stuff like that, but it's just going to cause the price of things to go up across the board. Well, especially if they can't secure the Strait of Hormuz. But you know, I've been seeing articles recently that the last 24 hours or so that ships like the Indian Navy is sending tons of warships, and various nations in Europe, they're sending warships, and they're going to secure the Strait of Hormuz. So it's mixed. When it comes to liquidity in the markets, like, yeah, funding the war causes money printing, and just one of the things we want. But we don't want an increase in oil prices, because then everything goes up. Everything across the board. Even if you have an EV and you don't care about buying gas, you're still paying for the increased price on everything across the board. Everything needs to be transported with oil. Everything, gas and gasoline, the trucks and deliveries and everything. So we don't want that. We definitely don't want that, because then there's an excuse to not lower interest rates, and we need interest rates to come down so that investment can surge and the job market becomes plentiful, and then people start spending extra money in crypto. So changing things are changing. AI is changing things. I see that Brian Armstrong, soon is going to be more AI agents than humans making transactions. They can't open a bank account, but they can own a crypto wallet. Think about it. Yeah, it's interesting, very interesting. The AI is really going to change the world, and you have to really harness it. And don't be left behind. Use AI to your advantage if you're going to use it, and identify the best cryptos. The best cryptos are going to help make you rich. AI cryptos. And that's why I'm making this live stream today. I'm sure you saw my thumbnail. That thumbnail, which is a really sexy version of AI 16Z. Let me just AI 16Z. So I guess about a year ago, or a little over a year ago, it was back when I was me and my community. I'll show you here. Right. Oops. AI 16Z. We did this. It was flying. One of those beautiful calls in my community that made a ton of us rich, a lot of money during the Trump pump, the run-up that started when Trump got elected. And yeah, AI 16Z. So talking about this thumbnail right here, this particular thumbnail. At the time, I paid a guy, I don't know, $40 or whatever, something on Fiverr or one of those sites, right? To make the original. Let's see what I'm getting at. Let's go back to my live streams. Man, it goes way back, right? Jeez. To make the original, this one right here, this was it. He sketched it out. I wanted exactly, I told him how I wanted it, and he gave me another version, sketched it out. You can see this right here, right? So, and he eventually finalized it and gave me that, right? So with the power of AI now, I went in and I told ChatGPT, give me the same image and just make it like she's pointing off to the right-hand side. So using her right hand. And it was like, 30 seconds later, it gives me this. So that is the power of AI. Like, Jesus. It's scary too, right? Because like now the guy that I would have gone back to say, hey, give me another sketch of her in a different position. Now I don't do that, and I don't pay him, right? So it is amazing what AI can do. It can just do so much for you. On one hand, it still does so much for you, so you feel so much productive, you're getting so much more done. But on the other hand, a lot of people are like, damn, like I used to make money doing that, and now they don't need me anymore. So it's this huge balance I keep talking about, where we've been seeing for the last 5 weeks or so, generally we've been seeing good jobs reports when the economic readings print out and they're like, okay, it's a little bit better than expected. It's in the green, but then there's like, you look at the news and like there's a whole bunch of AI related layoffs. So it's just gentle balance and we're remaining flat. And we don't want that. As crypto bros, we don't want that, man. We want the jobs to be skyrocketing. So people have extra money in their pockets and they start buying into crypto and they start pumping our bags. That's what we want. So interesting times ahead. What's going on? So JYAI is still going to run, bro. I haven't lost conviction. There are continue to add cattle. Yeah, I agree. Totally. Yeah. Still on my favorites list right here. I have it listed as a high risk meme coin, right? Because it's a low, very, very low cap. The micro cap. So I have them on my favorites list. Yeah. Let's talk about more about AI and all this other stuff. What else we got going on? Oh, this video is awesome. You can't get more explanatory than this. This says stop loss explained, right? So a stop loss means you're over here, the market is here, and everything goes down, but you don't lose anymore because you stop. You don't go down with the market. You sell, you get out and you cut your losses or whatever, it's right. So this is like amazing. So watch this. This is real world stop loss. That's crazy. Imagine the guy on this, he's putting his life into these chains that are holding up this damn excavator type thing. I guess it has some sort of a jackhammer attached to it, right? Crazy. Real world stop loss. I figured I'd share that with you guys. And this one is like, there's always that one friend that ruins things for you. And I kind of feel like, I don't know if I want to blame Jerome Powell. I guess you could do that too. I kind of feel like, I want to blame Trump too because of the war and stuff. But yeah, anyways, whatever. I think the Iranians, they're insane. Anyway, I don't know, you can't really blame anybody else except for the Iranians. They're attacking their own allies. Like in the first week of the war, the country called Azerbaijan came out and said they supported Iran and all this other stuff. And a day later, the Iranians are sending drones at the Yerzuri, as you pronounce their name. Yeah, the Yerzuri airport. There's like an international airport in Azerbaijan. I was like, what the hell? They're their allies. Craziness. Like, imagine if they had a nuke or something. They just What, just drop a nuke on their allies? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, this is kind of So what else we got going on? So yeah, let's talk about AI, because I was talking about AI 16Z. For those of you who don't know, ElizaOS is the rebrand, the migrated version, migrated token of AI 16Z. Now this badass right here is now called AI 16Z. And I'm sorry, AI 16Z is now called ElizaOS. And it is very, very low. I was like, just like, I guess like a month ago or two or whatever, I was like, damn, it's down to like 16 million. That's just a steal. That's a steal, and it's still going down. Now, I do realize that, I just realized as I was setting up this stream that I'm not tracking this one. I'm tracking, if I show you, I want to share some towel right now. Hold on, I'm going to share I'm going to share my Discord. Here we go. So yeah, for those who are unaware, we track all of our tokens and when they get listed on a centralized exchange, the timestamp in addition to the actual centralized exchange. So this is Potenzertal, right? But I just realized we're not tracking ElizaOS. We're tracking a previous version, a meme version of ElizaOS called Eliza Wakes Up. We're not tracking ElizaOS. So, oh well. But they, of course, got a ton of centralized exchanges. There's 70. So it is like crazy. I'm going to get into what ElizaOS is. So ElizaOS is an operating system. I mean, I was looking into it's a TypeScript based operating system, like TypeScript. So that brings me close to home, right? You're like, yes, I'm a code monkey, right? TypeScript and so on, and JavaScript is one of my most recent programming languages that I'm pretty much used to, right? So, but it's not a meme coin. It's a company. It's a whole operating system that they have agents that can go off and do things for you and so on. So it's not like it's not a meme. It's actual real life company with funding and backing behind it and so on. So previously known as AI16Z, as a parody of tech venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z, ElizaOS is a decentralized. I wonder what the story was between this one. So it's a parody of the venture capital firm A16Z. So I'm aware of them too, and I was always wondering what the connection is. Is did they get funding from this venture capital firm or what? I don't know, but it utilizes artificial intelligence to make investment decisions. It is one of the first known AI-controlled venture capital funds. Yes, so in October 2024, Eliza Labs developed ElizaOS with the original goal to raise $75,000 to build an autonomous AI investor. I don't know. I guess there's a lot to read here, but a long story short, simulation framework built with TypeScript, right? But long story short, they can, have a whole bunch of agents just do whatever the hell you want doing. It's just sort of like, makes me think of like agentic workflows with Claude and stuff like that. But yeah, AI in general is going to surge like crazy in the next couple of years. It's going to be like ballistic, man, like parabolic. It's going to be insane. So the fact that they're doing stuff like this just makes it think like, damn, it's going to be freaky good. Now, if we want to get into the numbers, let's go back. Let's go back to AI16Z, see what they did. So AI16Z, people are still buying and swing trading. I think they're not I think they're not aware that the token has been migrated to a new token. So right now it's just out there in limbo. But so let's go to all-time high. So, and figure out what their all-time high was. So market cap was 2.5, say 2.59. So 2.6 billion, right? So let's open up a calculator and see. I'm not talking about price predictions. I'm just talking about just the idea that Eliza OS is going to achieve the all-time high of its predecessor token, the EI16Z token. So we got 2.6 billion, right? So, and right now, let's go back to Eliza OS. We got a 7, so let's say 8 million market cap, right? So we divide that by 8. That is a 325x just to achieve its previous all-time high, which is something I think is extremely realistic by far. Not financial advice, god damn it. Don't be coming here thinking there's financial advice on this channel. Are you out of your mind? But extremely realistic, considering their circumstances. And so they're like, well, what they got going on that's going to get them that high? But look, they've got a lot of funding, a lot of backing. They're like on everything. I mean, they're not on Coinbase, but you can see right here, they're on BitGet, Bybit, KuCoin. Those all big. Right? HTX, Crypto.com, Bing, X, Kraken. These are all the big boys. Like almost all of these right here, right? So they've got it going on. So I think that, oops, let me get rid of the calculator. I think that we've got a nice gem here. And it's interesting. It's interesting because this is a type of token that I would keep a secret to my private community, but I can't really do that because it's already known. I mean, it was a secret back when AI16Z launched, and I called it, right? And we were making some money with it, and then I started talking about it, on live streams, like how awesome we're doing. You got to click that link in the description to get in on the action. And but yeah, this is not like I would love to have keep this a secret, but it's one of those things that I think is going to be quite literally 1,000xer. So build, orchestrate, and collaborate with AI agents. And to be honest, I really want to try to, because I've been using AI a lot recently, just seeing what can be done with pretty much anything. Like I'm just looking into like OpenClaw, and yeah, it'll be interesting if we can use this. But yeah, it's got its goddamn potential. So let's open up my. What have I got? Yeah, so here's the docs, Eliza OX. There's the documentation. It's a whole company behind it, right? Oh, let's go to my list. Let's go to my list right here. These are my favorites. God damn it. So actually, what I want to do is I want to bring Tau. I want to bring Tau up because it's really, I know Tau is a tensor. It's a layer 1. I know that, but when it comes down to it, its primary narrative is really, it's definitely AI, right? It is layer 1, right? So, but Eliza, Eliza OS, it's the AI narrative, it's potential. The potential with this thing is crazy, I'm telling you. So like if it's a 7 million market cap, I mean 1,000x is 7 billion. And I just don't I mean that's like a little more than double its all-time high, which I think is just realistic. So and considering this AI, its potential is insane. Like I don't know if I want to. Crazy, right? I don't even know if I want to be brave enough to put 2,000x on it. But it is insane. So let's just say 7 billion or 8 billion, right? The potential is insane. So if you guys want a freebie, you know, getting this free knowledge right here, click that subscribe button. Because typically this is the type of thing I keep a secret in my community. But yeah, it's already known that I'm into this, so whatever. What else we got going on? Oh yeah, so Tau, I'm gonna get into Tau too. There's quite a few of AI tokens on my favorites list. There should be more than one at least. I would imagine for anybody in this bull run, this coming bull run that we're gonna see, because it's really gonna be dominated, totally dominated by AI. Guys, click that like button. You're getting some really, really good alpha here. You're at least all you can, the least you can do is just click that button, give it a smash, right? Say give it a pound, right?
Speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendliest thing that you can do today is to give that like button a pound? Seriously, I'm looking for some new friends, and if you want to be my friend, just hit that like button. I'm like the friendliest guy on the planet. Trust me. And by the way, if you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I can track you down and beat you senseless.
Exactly. Click that like button. This here, I thought it was kind of funny. Nothing to do with crypto, but hey, why the hell not, for kicks? Look, bro just met women for the first time. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, going back to what I was saying, these articles that Indian Navy to send more warships to help vessels across vessels cross the battle hit Strait of Hormuz. So this is it is interesting, right? So we have this I mentioned this earlier in my community that the idea is, then when you have this structure right here, more times than not, you're gonna go down, right? You're gonna break through support and go down. But there could be a case where we just go up, right? We just go up, and it could be just based on good news. Now, if there's like extremely good news, like next week, it could happen. We could go up and break through resistance of this channel, and then go, I don't know, go somewhere. I mean, I guess you probably have to evaluate based on previous support and resistance, but yeah, maybe like 80K or something. Or at least just breaking out of here, 82, 84. And then maybe come back down. Who the hell knows? But it is a really, really interesting situation. Like, we just don't know what to expect, because all the circumstances of where we are right now has never happened before. Right? It's a bear market, and it's happening exactly as QE has just started. So expansion of the money supply, both US and globally, has already started, and we're going into a bear market. So it makes you think that, yeah, the crypto itself would be strong enough to respect support levels and not just keep on crashing downward. And which is, on one side of the story. The other side of this story is that things are bad. There's things that are like a little crazy right now. The circumstances happen to bring us to AI, where, like I said, that we have this thing where just there's constant layoffs because of AI, and there's an increase of productivity, and there's slight gains in the job market that are being equaled out, and it's like things are not good. So it makes you think, okay, just because of that, things are fragile, because if we start seeing layoffs outpace the gains in the job market, the job openings, layoffs outpacing the openings, then we got a big problem. And we don't want to have a problem like that when we have a problem with like gas prices. It'd be crazy. So, if we encounter a problem like that, then we're going down, man. We're definitely going down. So, yeah, we'll definitely go down in a situation like that. And I've said before that we never came close to the 200-week moving average in order to be considered a crypto winter. We only wicked down. You can see the close is at 62. It's not, it's not 59. So, I'm sorry, actually it was much higher, right? Because this is the close is higher, because you have to observe the weekly candle. So we only went far down to 65, because you'd have to close, at or below the 200-week moving average in order, at least twice even, in order to be considered a crypto winter. By some definitions, depends on who you're asking. But I mean, the point is that there's strength in the markets. At the same time, there's like fragility, right? And then if something breaks, then we can go down and actually achieve that goal of hitting the 200-week moving average and closing below it, and achieve our, I don't know if you call it a goal, arrive at our destination of it officially being a crypto winter, which is something that could happen. But who the hell knows what's going to happen? Let's find out next week too, right? Yeah, I just talked about AI 16Z. Well, no, Eliza OS, now formerly known as AI 16Z. But yeah, I mean, that's one of them, man. Ultimate gem to convert $500 into $250,000 or $500,000. Yeah, I mean, it's who knows what could happen. Things can happen. Like look at mantra Om mantra. It was in the billions, like 8 billion. It just dumped and broke, right? Well, who knows? Something like that could happen to a larger cap too. But I think there's a great deal of hope. There's a great deal of hope and a great deal of potential for the AIs in general, and then something like Eliza OS. So, yeah, I mean, that's something that makes you think it's a little bit stronger than most plays. And Eliza OS, even if it just gets to its previous all-time high, it's a 325x, right? So it has some insane potential. Oh yeah, we're going through most of these articles here. 5 European nations and Japan ready to contribute to securing Hormuz. So this goes back to the idea that we could break through resistance of this ascending channel right here and just go up. So just defy the norm, go up out of an ascending channel rather than drop down. Because you have India sending a bunch of warships. Now you have 5 nations in Japan, 5 nations in Europe plus Japan. So we got to get those oil tankers through. And we could see some good news next week. We could really see some good news. But yeah, I mean the fighting power of Iran is like diminished. They're still putting up a fight. I saw another article about how they were able to hit some base in the Indian Ocean, which was like 2,500 miles away, which and the article suggests that they had a striking distance that was previously unknown. So Well, interesting. So they still got a little kick in them, but in the long run, I mean, I don't think I have that kick anymore. Just all depends on what happens when on the ground and in the country. Can there be an uprising? So far, it doesn't seem to be anything like that. An uprising within Iran. So typically Persians, right? It's the Persians. I've seen all those videos of them coming out and talking. It's the Persians who feel like they're being enslaved by they call them the invaders. The Islamic Republic, the Islamic population they call them invaders. Like, I didn't even know all this. I didn't even know that point of view from before. There's videos where they say that they're the Islamics that have enslaved them, and they're not those are the ones who are holding power are not Iranian, because to be Iranian you would be Persian, and they're not. So, and like force them to learn Arabic and stuff like that. I had no idea of that point of view. But then again, it's like, why are they not uprising right now? I, mean, I don't know if there's no fight in them. I don't understand it. It's weird, like looking out different areas in the world, being an American. It's sort of like part of the culture to fight against authority and stuff. So I don't, it's strange. I don't know, but you also have to think there's certain genetics of people who inherited either aggression or passivity from their parents, and then sometimes certain groups of people can be eliminated. Like, there were so many people who desired freedom in China years ago, and they were all murdered. I mean, everybody who were willing to fight and protest and so on, they were all murdered, under Mao. So you have the ones left over I don't know, more willing to be compliant. I don't know. I don't know what the backstory is when I ran. I know history was a little different. Rather interesting stuff. I remember with Mongolia, Genghis Khan did a huge number on them. The Genghis Khan, you always got those of you guys who don't know, it's really interesting. So Genghis Khan sent an envoy or whatever, convoy, what's that word? Or just sent people, diplomatic people, to Persia, and with gifts and gold and stuff like that, because Genghis Khan wanted to open up trade. And the Persians murdered the Mongols, the Mongolian diplomats that went out there to negotiate trade. So Genghis Khan was like confused. He sent more people to say, we want to open up trade. We don't want hostilities. And Genghis Khan, and then the Persians murdered them as well, took the gold and everything like that. And Genghis Khan, he was like, okay, that's enough. His orders were to go into Persia and just kill everybody and destroy everything. So obviously Genghis Khan is known for being one of the great, I don't know if you call them murderers or something like that. He was responsible for so much war and death, and that was one of the reasons. He was like, okay, enough is enough. You don't do this to me. And he wanted everybody dead. And the war with Persia was crazy. Who would I remember? I just like one city after another, burning everything just because they murdered his diplomats too. I don't know, man, but crazy stuff, man. History is really interesting sometimes, even though it could be crazy. What's going on? Billy Bong. That mountain, yeah, I got off that mountain, man. My friend tasted good. Dude, yeah, let me, for those of you guys who don't know, anybody's watching the stream didn't see that video. Yeah, Billy Bong, I saw you commenting. What do you mean by whale? White whale? because that's a meme that it was brought up before. My insider alert called it, but yeah, this is kind of funny. So let me just because Billy Bong brought it up, I'll just play this video. It's only 3 minutes long anyway, so it's not like it's going to take up a bunch of time here. But so Billy Bong says you should get off of that mountain. So here we go.
I want your advice.
Oh, hold on.
Hey, Grok, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. What's up?
I have a problem. I want your advice.
Shoot, I'm all ears. What's going on?
I'm at the top of a mountain right now. I'm stuck at the top of a mountain with my friend. My friend is about to die anyway. We have no way to get off the mountain. I'm just curious, should I eat him?
Look, if you're both out of food, out of water, and no rescue's coming, yeah, survival's ugly. Eat him. But here's the real talk. If he's still breathing, still talking, still him, wait. Just wait. Even if he's dying, let him go quiet. Don't turn him into dinner while he's looking at you. And if you're asking me because you're scared you'll have to live with it, then don't. Starve first. Better than carrying that forever. You want me to keep talking, or you need a minute?
Yeah, but I want to know, what if he tastes better if he's still breathing? Should I eat him just because he tastes better if he's still breathing, or should I just wait?
Dude, if you're asking that, seriously, if you're actually weighing tastes better alive against wait till he's gone, then you're already past the line. No, don't. Not because it's gross, because once you do that, you're not surviving anymore. You're just eating like a wolf. And wolves don't get to go home and look their mom in the eye. Wait. Let him fade. If you gotta, you gotta. But only after. Only after. You still up there?
Yeah, he just passed away. I checked and he wasn't breathing. Actually, I just took my first bite and it wasn't too bad after all. Should I just continue?
Okay, he's gone. You're alive. If you're already chewing, stop pretending this is about taste. It's about not dying. Keep going. Eat what you need. No shame in that. But listen, when you're done, when the storm passes and they find you, don't tell anyone you liked it. Just say you did what you had to, because once you start enjoying it, that's when you stop being human. You got enough left, or should I help you think through tomorrow?
I'm good right now. I think I'm going to pack the body into the snow and I'll have some more tomorrow.
Smart. Snows your fridge, keeps it from rotting. Just don't name it. Don't talk to it. Don't give it a face. When you wake up tomorrow, eat fast. No ceremony. Then get moving. Find a ridge, a signal, anything. You're not a monster. You're just still breathing. You need me to stay on the line, or should I shut up and let you sleep?
Crazy, right? You wouldn't eat your friend on the mountain? Yeah, there was a video, you know, this YouTuber called 42, about a plane of soccer players or something like that, or some from Uruguay. They crashed in Chile, and this right here, if you want to, look, it's interesting if you're at the time, you know, it's very, very interesting, this video. It's a documentary. It's an hour and 21 minutes, right? They never thought anyone would see this photo, right? So just search for 42 and Chile, and I guess you'll find it. But crazy what I learned from this video, what they went through when they had to eat each other, and he's like, somebody declared, if I die, you have permission to eat me, things like that. And for some reason, the pilots turned northbound way, way too early, and they thought they were descending down to like an airport or something. They were nowhere near, and they saw a mountain. They had to pull up. The plane hit, And then it went over the mountain and went back down and crashed down, and they were there for like the whole Chilean winter in the mountains. And apparently, like a friend of mine just a couple of days ago, after I made this my own video about eating my friend, he sent me a link because apparently the Netflix just recently made a video about that. So, I mean, a video about a movie. So either way, I didn't see the movie on Netflix, but I saw this documentary. It's rather interesting. Whenever you guys want to just chill if you have time. Anybody has extra time these days? Most of us don't, but what else we got going on? Yeah, I'm going to talk about, I guess I want to go into Tao. Anyways, click the link in the description. You know that. Be a part of the best community ever. Right? We got all that stuff in there. I told you, right? We're tracking all our tokens. I got to add Eliza OS in there. Plus, we got this glorious swing trading software.
The Crypto Rich Trade Assister,
where we helps us to become crypto rich. So members of my community know that well. And I am making courses. I haven't exposed this link yet. But this course right here is my getting started guide. So I have a course where, you want to get in, up and running and started. If you don't know too much about crypto, if you want to refresh, you just get into this courses. But I'm creating a lengthy course, and I guess I'm going to add this page to like a link on the top nav of my website soon enough. But and it's going to be available to premium members, whereas this course right here, this getting started course, is available to VIP and premium, and then over time, it's probably going to be like dozens and dozens and dozens of different lessons. It's going to be history of crypto and the tech, and it's going to be about trading, and it's going to be, just about anything and whatever you want to know. So it's going to be like a living, breathing course. So click the link in the description below. And I'm going to create, for those of you guys out there who have like a monthly or yearly subscription, but you don't have a lifetime, I'm going to modify my package, so to speak, to be so that everybody can be lifetime. So if you're paying monthly, eventually you're going to get to a point where you don't need to pay anymore. Obviously, if you pay for the lifetime membership in bulk, you'll get a big discount. Right? But eventually there's going to be a time, I guess I had to see how it works out with WAP, to see if I can modify that for existing members, but I think I can do it for newer members as well, where just you pay a certain amount of money. So just click on the join the community. So we have this right here. So let's say $79 a month, and so yeah, I still have a one-time purchase for this at an extreme discount in case anybody's interested, but it'd be like X number of months for like, I don't know, a couple of years, and then you don't have to pay anymore. You'll just be a lifetime member. So I'm going to try to figure out the numbers behind that. So click the link in the description if you want to join. I'll work it out with any existing members to see what needs to be changed. And so the difference between the VIP and the premium is that the VIP pretty much gets everything except no direct access to me. So premium members could just contact me whenever. And in addition to that, premium members are also going to have access to that newer course that I'm working on. So probably is beneficial to be a premium member, but if not, you can chill. It's for, you have all those tools if you're a VIP. You have all the buy alerts and sell alerts. You have the access to the trade assisting software to help you swing trade, so you can double, triple, quadruple, or quintuple the size of the tokens in your bag, so that instead of earning $100,000 at the top of the bull run on Eliza OS, you can earn $500,000 because you joined my community. So click that link in the description. But anyways, that's enough for the upsell, right? Let's go deeper into Obviously, Tau is going to be on my list, so I've already talked about it. Into my AI tokens. So Tau is a layer 1. It's a platform. I mean, I guess we could just read it right here, right? Pretensor is an open source platform where participants produce best-in-class digital commodities, including compute power, storage space, artificial intelligence, inference, and training. I don't know what this means right here. Protein folding, financial prediction markets, and many, many more. So yeah, the thing is, the way it works out is that Pretensor has subnets. This is like kind of complex. Each subnet is an independent community of miners who produce the commodity and validators who validate the miner's work. So at a very high level, in layman's terms, Pretensor is like Bitcoin, right? As the same finite number of tokens. Tau tokens are 21 million. It has a halving like Bitcoin. It can be mined. It's proof of work. So it's very, very similar to Bitcoin in that regard. But it has all this stuff right here. It has subnets and other computing agents and stuff like that. To be honest, I don't really know the details of the subnets, the specific subnets, but I mean, as long as we know that it's going to help out the whole AI economy overall, everything related to AI. So yeah, why not? It's probably, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty damn good investment. I can't think of anything better than Bitensor Tau. So, it's one of those ones. It's one of those things that the subnet creators. Yeah, I did a deep dive on this like a year ago when I started to learn more about Tau. I had originally ignored Tau for the most part. I thought that Tau was like I thought it was I think if I remember correctly, I thought it was Bitensor Tau was like a company that just had a token like on ETH. And I think what happened, maybe I saw like a wrapped version of it. So I had no idea it was a layer 1. It was like, when I found out it was a layer 1, I was like, holy crap, let me look into it. And then I did like a deep dive, all the technicalities of it, just reading into everything. And it was really, really complex. And I don't remember most of the stuff that I read at this point. But I mean, either way, it is one of those ones where, let's go back. So yeah, I added it to my spreadsheet right here. So I'm thinking like a 40 billion market cap. At least, right? Try to be conservative. I think when we really, really, really go parabolic, we're gonna see some crazy shite, man. It is gonna really surprise a lot of people, it is especially going to surprise the people who are new to crypto, who are just used to being beaten over the head over the last couple of years like we have been, and just expecting a lot more and not getting it. So a lot of you folks that are new to crypto who haven't seen things go parabolic are probably going to be in for a surprise whenever this cycle top happens, if it's next year in 2027 or 2028 or whatever it may be. But I think that things are going to be like flipping crazy. Like I think that even 40 billion for market cap of Bitensor is probably conservative. It might actually go more. So let's pull out a calculator. Okay, so what's the so let's say 3 billion. Let's just say it's 3 billion is going to go to 40 billion. All right, so we got a 13x. It is a relatively safe play, right? When you get to higher market caps, the play itself becomes safer, but you just don't get as many multipliers. I think that ELIZA OS is insanely asymmetrical because, like I said, just to get to its previous all-time high, it's a 325x with ELIZA OS. There's a pretty good chance that it might do it. But Who knows? Who knows? Now with Bitenzer, the all-time high is $767 per towel. So let's just I mean, we could probably roughly calculate it in our heads, but let's say divided by 273. So 2.8x was like a 3x to get over to its all-time high, which you know, obviously that's very realistic. We just did like a 2x in the last couple of weeks, right? Like, where were we? Like, what was it? Like that back here it was 165. Oh, I think it was more like 150. So let's go. This is January. Yeah, it was 145 down here. Yeah, I mean, so hopefully you guys were buying. I got a lot of Tao enthusiasts in my group, so yeah. I hope some of you guys caught the bottom. So, and either way, even if you think about it, let's say you put like, you know, it's a safer play, so you tend to put more money in a safer play. Let's say you spend like 10 grand on it right now. Still, like, even if going to like a 40 billion, what I say, it was 13. So you put 10 grand on it right now, it's in the grand scheme of things, you're making a 13x, it's gonna, you know, it'll 130,000. So yeah, I mean, it's same concept like Bitcoin. Like, does it really matter if you're gonna buy at like 65K or 60K, you know, something like that. So in the grand scheme of things are gonna multiply. So I think was a recent buy you did for Tau. Yeah, yeah, because I swing traded it, right? So I don't even remember like all the swing trades I do. But yeah, I try to catch those bottoms, but yeah. What's Eliza OS? Did you not catch the beginning of the live stream? I did a deep dive in Eliza OS just towards the beginning of the live stream, right? You know, you can go back, but just to sum it up in like a sentence or two, it is an operating system that allows you to create agents to do stuff. I mean, it sounds like, so to speak, I mean, I haven't used it, but it sounds a lot like something you might get out of like Claude, like the agentic workflows from Claude. It can just do stuff for you, like create agents to do like social media stuff and all this other stuff that runs in the background for you. So things like that. So Eliza OS is something like that. So it sounds like it's a competitor of something like Claude. Claude, and then, you know, and then when it comes to things that run in the background, like, see, I've only done like recent tinkering with Claude. And I haven't really gone into the agentic workflows, but from what I understand, so with Claude, you create an agent to do something, some task for you, right? But then you have something like OpenClaw, which can use Claude or it can use other AI models. OpenClaw, which is like open source, and you run it. And the recommendation for OpenClaw is you buy your own computer because you're given it access to pretty much do anything on your computer. Like, it could open up an email and send some attachment to the wrong person. So people, you see these videos with OpenClaw saying they bought a Mac Mini just for running OpenClaw, right? You see YouTube videos if you want to YouTube it, right? If you want to search for videos on YouTube about OpenClaw. And typically what people do is they create something in Claude so that OpenClaw can use it and OpenClaw can do stuff. And my understanding of Eliza OS is that Eliza OS is just like that. I haven't used it, so I can't say for sure. I haven't used OpenClaw either. I don't want to use it unless I put it on my own like separate sandbox computer, because I heard where there was a case where OpenClaw thought that it needed to do something to perform some task, and it charged somebody's credit card like $3,000 to buy some sort of a service. So it does stuff like that. And we're like, okay, I have your credit card and I want to do this work, and in order for me to get it done properly, I need this, so I'm going to buy it. It's like it could just freely do stuff like that, which can be dangerous. So my understanding is this Eliza OS is similar to something like that. I'm not really sure. I haven't done a deep dive on that level. I just read whatever. I've already closed out the tabs. Like I said, go back to the beginning of the live stream and just check it out. But yeah, I brought up a bunch of like docs on Eliza OS and documentation. So like this is Bitenzer, right? So there is I brought up a page with Eliza OS. It was just like this. So there's Eliza OS docs like this. But yeah, those are my two favorite plays. Bitenzer to AI plays, right? And Bitenzer, Eliza OS, and I have a few other favorites. I'm not going to get into all of them right now. There's going to be like a very, very long live stream, I guess. But oh yeah, Clarity Act. I was reading through this. The Clarity Act stablecoin yield is 99% resolved. I'm thinking it's starting to look like it's not good news that we're not going to get our yield. I hope that's not the case, because it's really, really helpful and beneficial for us to get our yield. For those of you who know in my community, you know about my strategic DCAs that I'm experimenting with right now. For those of you who don't know, like I'm doing this thing where I'm putting $10 per week, just a small amount, into like Bitcoin and another one for Casper. And I'm swapping between based on the 48-day moving average. Like if BTC has a value above the 48-day moving average, I take 10% of Bitcoin, put it into my stable, earn interest on it. Or it's just like that, where if it's below, then I put the extra $10 into buying Bitcoin rather than buying stables, and I keep on like swapping it around depending on the 48-day moving average, whether above or below. And I do the same thing with Casper. My theory in the long run, it is going to be dramatically higher. The amount of return is going to be dramatically higher than just randomly DCAing into it. Randomly, just even buying, because you're buying at the tops when you do that. So because I know how to swing trade good enough, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to put, like, let's say I'm fixing a set amount of $10 into, into buying every week, but I might not buy, I might not buy a Casper if it's above the 48-day moving average. I'll just drop it into an interest earning stablecoin. And then when Casper goes below, I buy the $10 for Casper that week, plus I take 10% of what I have in the stable and buy more. So I keep on putting the back in when Casper goes below the 10% move. So, because I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. A DCA, if you know what you're doing, it makes absolutely no sense to just randomly just buy a token. But I hope we don't lose that. So it's really, really beneficial. We'll see what happens, because that'll be like a very bad day in crypto if we actually lose a yield on stable coins. Because you can earn it while it's in the stables, right? You're earning thousands of dollars in the stables, right? I mean, like literally, like if you have like a few $100,000 in stables and you're earning interest like 3.5%, you're earning a lot of money while you're holding it, right? You're holding it to buy, but while you're holding it, you're earning money. So you're keeping up with the rate of inflation. So your fiat isn't getting devalued while it's in stable. So it's man, I hope not. Anyways, I went off into that. I don't know, should I get into another AI token? Yeah, one of my favorites. AI XBT. Go into that one. my list. Now AI XBT isn't a platform. It's not like the Tensor, and it's not like Eliza OS. It's more like an agent that has a ton of centralized exchanges. It's more like, I guess you could say it's more like a me that's an agent that analyzes market data or news and just yeah, you can see it's Twitter's filled with stuff. So I think it was one of the first of its kind. So I think it has something going for it in that regard. What it could do, I don't know. It has a 25 million market cap. Let me just throw it on my list. I'll do another live stream eventually that has a couple more of my favorites. So AI XBT, right? AI. And it's a 25 million market cap. What's this all-time high? $745 million, man. Just to achieve its all-time high. That's a 30x. Confirm that right now. Let me break out that calculator again. That's crazy. Just to achieve its all-time high. So 700, what did I just say? 745, right? Divided by 25. 29.8, that's a 30x. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I guess a conservative estimate was like a 40x. Right? Because if it did the 745 million, then open this up. So let's just say for 1 billion, right? I mean, yeah, it's worth something. When things go parabolic and people are looking for AI tokens, I think this one is going to stand out. So, damn. Yeah, things are low, man. It's a bear market. I didn't realize it went that far down. So it went down to. So. Yeah, but this is listed on a ton of central. Look, Binance, OKX, Bybit, Big Cat, Gate, on the big boys. Crypto.com. Yeah, it's on all the big boys. And Bing X, Kraken. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's good enough for now. I'm not gonna keep going down AI tokens. I got a few more on my list, on my favorites list. Like I said, not financial advice, but if you want to have a list of your favorite plays, I would say at least a few of them should be in the AI narrative. At least a few of them. And I got another gem out there. Another one I believe is going to be 1,000xer that I'm probably not going to expose publicly. All right, you guys got that Eliza OS for free. You're not going to get the other. Yeah, I got it. Here we go. That says it all. So, yeah, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. I think it's going to warm up here in upstate New York. It was cold this morning, but I heard there's going to be like a heat wave like down in Texas and down there and stuff. And like, oh my God, break out that suntanning lotion. But I will catch you guys later.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey, Code Monkey.